Welcome back to Mouse to House Campers, folks. Here today we have a 1999 Autosleeper Legend. The Legend was based, of course, on the Ford Transit 2.5 turbo diesel DI engine. And this one is exceptional, super special. Probably going to run out of superlatives on this example. 3 owners from new, and the last owner has had it 13 years, and it's just covered 46,000 miles, all backed up by MOT history. Feel free to check online. Incidentally, I've just had it MOT'd, serviced, a new timing belt kit fitted, and fan belt. So it wants for nothing, this particular model, other than a new owner. I'll be happy and delighted to drive it anywhere in the country, folks, for your inspection and perusal. You won't find a nicer example. Of course, with a one-piece monocoque fiberglass Autosleeper shell, basically an upside down boat. No leaks or damp to worry about on these. The bodywork is fantastic. We'll have a little closer look in. Nice wheel arches, nice tops of the doors, bottoms of the doors. Nice condition all the way around. I'm struggling to find anything to mention negatively on the bodywork, other than a few murders on the front by flies. There's certainly no dents or marks. It really is that nice. Getting under the doors, it's been well looked after. We'll just pop the bonnet. I think the best way to explain this particular example is Timewarp. Yeah, certainly what we call Timewarp in the trade. The only level above Timewarp is concourse, and this certainly has the basis of being concourse. In other words, for a showstopper or to take to a show. So you just take the wheels off, clean them from the inside, scrub the chassis floor. That's about all you could clean on this particular one to get it into show standard. Under the bonnet's the same story. This is 19 years old, believe it or not. A recent leisure battery. There's the famous 2.5 DI banana engine, so called because on the non-turbo version the inlet manifold looks like a bunch of bananas. This is the turbo version. I say it's just had a service, timing belt kit with pulleys, as well as a new fan belt. Nice blue antifreeze there. Under the bonnet is the same, no rust. So feel free to check that number plate out online. You'll find it's just been MOT'd with not a single advisory. The only mark on the bodywork is a few flies. I've just been on the motorway with it, so we'll get those waxed and polished out before delivery or collection. Let's have a look inside. Just two things to note on the exterior. Some of these had an awning and some did not. As you can clearly see, this is the variety that has not. It also has not got a TV aerial. The last guy could not wait to tell me why he chose this particular one, because he's heard of some scare stories with a TV aerial with water leaking where they've been badly fitted. So you've nothing to worry about that. As well as the awning. I've never had any leakages from an awning, but the last guy said he didn't want one with an awning, so that's why he chose. But straightforward job to have one fitted if you so wish, but less holes and less things to go wrong. You make your own mind up. Of course, TV aerials are old hat now in 2018. It's all iPad this and download that and streaming, and there we go. Look at that. The guys had these fitted mats down for the last 13 years. It's like new underneath. I wasn't exaggerating when I said it's Timewarp condition. He's even fitted Velcro. Velcro's a bit loose. I think you get the idea. As usual, really good craftsmanship by Autosleeper. But just the only weak spot is the bezels and buttons. Seem to tarnish with a bit of age. But as always, if you look at my other videos and my other motorhomes for sale, we've replaced all of these. Even the knobs on the all-important wine cabinet. It's even got the original wine glasses. Control panel. Talking about original, wait for this. It's even got the original crockery set supplied by Autosleepers back in the day. He's even gone to the trouble of getting another cup so he doesn't use the original cups. Bit of cloth there so they don't jiggle about. Simply beautiful. So some of these Legends had a 4-berth configuration. This is what they call the 2+1. So in other words, massive queen size bed or 2 singles, plus a small area here, and there's a ladder here, so either a small child can go in there safely, or of course just use that for storage. Everything works as you would expect. Let's walk in the shower area. Let's just put the electrics on. We've got the electrics, we'll just put the pump on. Mirror, Thetford toilet, electric flush, shower, hot and cold water. Get the shower working with one hand. Look at that. This really was the top of the range in its day, and there's not much more you can want or ask for on a modern motorhome. In fact, they're not built to this quality anymore. Shower tray, no cracks, nice and clean. Carver 3600 central heating system, so that works on gas, and also you can operate the blown central heating, so it comes through there. Also there's an outlet in the shower room and toilet, and the rear of the motorhome leisure area, as you can clearly see there. And look at this. In fact, this is the first one I've ever come across that's still got a full set of matching cushions. The original Autosleeper cushions. Full control panel, Carver for your hot water. And there's your central heating. It's all been tested and working after a full habitation service. So there's your fridge. Freezer unit, I can verify that's fridging up nicely. Mains, 12 volt. and gas. We'll just get that operating. Just turn that over to gas, hold it in. After a couple of seconds that'll stop sparking. And we might be able to zoom in on the pilot light. There we go. Turn that off. The safety spark will carry on. We just switch it off. 2 latches, of course. One to hold it nice and firm, or if you're leaving it in storage you can leave it just slightly ajar, and then you're not getting any musty or condensation inside. Look at these cupboards. How's about that for fitting and craftsmanship? 19 years old. Individual reading lights. All auto sleepers have one light and one light only that works off mains 240. So here it is. So when that's plugged in on the mains, that works. You can also override on 2 switches here. So we can override on the switches there. Look at this. How beautiful is that? Craftsmanship. All important kitchen area. More mains, sockets, another light. Everything's thought about. Clean hot and cold water as you would expect. Spotless. Typical auto sleepers, over-engineered. Draining board. Cupboard. We'll just close that door while the tractor's next door. We'll see if we can get the gas hobs to show on the camera. Look at that. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Nice blue flames. Similarly with the ovens and grill. I think you're getting the message now. Spotless. Captain's front swivel seat, of course. Cup holder. Clip. Cup holders in the front. That noise was the pump, the water pump that I've just not switched off, so we'll just switch it off there. Stunning condition. Look at the craftsmanship. So the last thing to show you, I think, is the wardrobe. Main supply, that's your hot water on mains and your mains fuse box. Coat hangers there, or rail. You've got 2 table legs, so you've got the massive table there that will virtually fill all of that centre area. Not a mark, scratch on it. And typical of auto sleepers, to overthink things, there is now a little table there that goes on one leg, so you can just have that at the back or the front, of course. There's 2 places underneath there. We'll just show you that. 1, 2. Nice roof lights, everything fully functional. Clips in there. Even blackout blinds. The rear curtains are really just for cosmetics. They do look nice, but you don't need them because you've got fully working blinds. as well as the fly nets, and on the back of the blinds they've got the foil to keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. And if you've got it in storage, it's nice to have these blinds down. It saves your upholstery getting any sunlight marks. Look at that. One note, the small table that's fitted behind the driver's side seat just slides out. You can also use the small table to slot into that place to give you a bit more cupboard space or surface area if you're cooking. And that's about it, not much more to show you. We'll just have a quick look through the paperwork. Not much in the way of service history, I'm afraid, folks. So if you need surface history and a spreadsheet showing you it all, this vehicle is not for you. If you want something that's absolutely perfect, then you look no further. The last owner of 13 years, he used to own a garage, so a guy who retired from his garage serviced it for him. That's myself. A number of former keepers, 3 owners. And I got a photograph of the old logbook showing the last guy of 13 years. So he didn't cover that many miles, so obviously he only had bits and bobs of oil changes carried out as and when needs be. But as you can clearly see there, at 45,000 miles, I've just had a cam belt kit fitted, service, fan belt. It had 1 brake pipe for the MOT to remove an advisory off a previous MOT. And there's the MOT certificate here somewhere. It's one of the new styles. There's the last MOT. There's an MOT certificate here, I'll find it. I'll try my best. There's another key, part of the last logbook. The original manuals, the Autosleeper manual itself, here's the MOT. This is one of those new ones. It's only been out a few days, so if you've not seen a new MOT or an MOT certificate, even though technically you do not need a certificate for anything, to tax it, to show the police, because of course it's all online. So it's more of just a receipt from the MOT station, but there you can see, pass, no advisories. Feel free to check online. All you need is the registration number and the make. I think I've babbled on enough now, folks. I'll just do a little walk around the outside again, just to have a recap. I'll be happy to deliver this anywhere in the country. Free of charge, you're under no obligation. All I ask, if you're happy and want to purchase it, a lift to the nearest train station would be appreciated. Or even consider a part exchange, car, motorbike, motorhome or camper. All I ask is if you give me a ring to discuss. I don't get involved in texting and emailing back and forth with part exchange prices. The phone's on 9 AM till 9 PM, 7 days a week. And there we go. So quick recap, 1999, one of the last of this legendary shape Autosleeper. Ford Transit 2.5 turbo diesel, 2+1 berth. Saying 2+1, the rear bed is that big. I've known 3 or 4 adults to sleep on the back one. It's the largest bed of any motorhome. Another thing to note, 4 recent tyres, all 4 matching tyres. It literally wants for nothing other than a new owner. Some people could say they'd want an awning. That can be fitted and arranged. I can get your trade price for that. Some people could say they'd want a TV aerial. Again, that can be arranged and fitted. Well, not many people have TVs these days. The last owner said the tow bar was fitted when he got it. He never used it once, but he did like the idea of it jutting out. Clearly, no one's going to back into it, or if he backed into a wall by accident, he'd just nudge the tow bar and not mark the back of the camper. And there we go.